Lick. Lick.
Okay. Kindly settle down. We're going to continue our lecture from the last period. So, some reminders before we start the class. Nakapag-quiz na kayo. Nakapag-attendance na rin ako. Kung gusto yung umuwi, umuwi na kayo. Okay? Ganun lang kasimple. Recorded naman yung lecture. Pwede nyo panoorin lang sa inyo. Bahala na kayo sa buhay ninyo. Basta ayoko na makakarinig na nag-iinarte na kayo ginagabi. At sadya namang gabi ang klase. Okay? So let's continue with our first colligative property. So last meeting, we talked about vapor pressure. Vapor pressure is not a colligative property. Ulit ha? Vapor pressure is not a colligative property. It is affected by the mole fractions of your substances. However, it's not a colligative property. Vapor pressure lowering is the colligative property. So vapor pressure lowering is a colligative property of the solution. What happens is that when a pure solvent is admixed with a non-volatile liquid, the vapor pressure decreases. Ulit. When a pure volatile liquid is admixed with a non-volatile liquid or solute, the vapor pressure of the liquid decreases. Basically, pag hinahaluan natin ang solvent ng kahit ano na non-volatile, bababa ang kanyang vapor pressure. Okay? Let me explain. So according to Raoult's law, sa ating Raoult's law, we say that the partial vapor pressure of a liquid in a mixture is determined by the product of the vapor pressure of the pure multiplied by the mole fraction. Tama ba? So yun yung Raoult's law. Ha? Para makuha ang partial vapor pressure, Vp pure times mole fraction. Okay? Ngayon, kapag naghahalo ka ngayon ng non-volatile solute, it would not contribute any vapor pressure. Kasi nga, non-volatile siya. So the equation now becomes this. Okay? Let me draw it for you to clearly understand. Let's have a solution with two parts. So we have A, we have B. Ang A, volatile. Ang B, non-volatile. Nasusundan so far? So para makuha ang vapor pressure ng solution, kailangan makuha natin ang VPA at saka VPB. Tama po ba? Then, para makuha ang partial vapor pressure, ang ginagawa natin ay vapor pressure pure of A multiplied by mole fraction A. Then, idadagdag natin ay Vp pure B times mole fraction B. Tama po ba? Clear so far? Okay. Dito papasok yung pagka-non-volatile ng B. Since non-volatile ang B, ang mangyayari, Vp pure A plus MFA, so ito pa rin yung vapor pressure ng A. Since walang volatility ang B, Vp pure of B is 0. Hindi siya volatile. Wala siyang vapor pressure. 0. So pag minultiply natin yan, so mole fraction B, 0 pa rin. Diba? 0 times anything is also 0. So effectively, Vp pure A plus 0. Okay, now, dito papasok. Oh, paano bumagsak? Paano bumagsak ang vapor pressure? Paano nyo masasabing bumagsak ang vapor pressure niyan? Aling part dito ang magdidikta ng... bitin. Isulat ko ulit naman. VP pure A times MF A. Okay. Since sabi natin, vapor pressure lowering. So, bababa yung vapor pressure. Paano nyo nasabing bababa ang vapor pressure? Dahil? Ano ngayon kung nawala si B? Yung? Zero yung B, bago? Hindi pa. Medyo konti pa. Kasi mataas ang pure vapor pressure. Siya ay vapor pressure lowering. Bababa siya. Bakit bababa ang vapor pressure niya? Ano yung reason? Nandito lang yan. Nakasulat lang diyan. Maalin lang dyan. Wala naman talagang vapor pressure ang B. Yon ang sagot. Yung mole fraction. Kasi nga, regardless kung may vapor pressure ang B, it still contributes to the total number of moles. So, nangyayari, bumababa yung mole fraction ng A pag naghahalo ka ng iba. Since total mole fraction is MFA plus MFB. Kahit pa itong part ng equation na ito ay effectively zero, sa mole fraction A, lalabas pa rin dyan is MFA over MF total. So, ang contribution actually ng inyong solute is not the vapor pressure, but the number of moles. Okay po? So, what happens is kapag naghahalo kayo ng volatile at non-volatile na compound, bumababa ang vapor pressure. Hindi dahil hinahatak ng non-volatile ang vapor pressure ng A. Pero, pinapadami niya ang total moles. So, yung mole fraction ng A, nababa. Pag pinag-multiply ang mole fraction ng A na hindi 1, sa partial vapor pressure, pababa lagi ang vapor pressure. Kaya hindi tataas ang vapor pressure pag hinahalo. Lagi siyang pababa. Kaya ang pangalan ng colligative property ay vapor pressure lowering. Klaro? Okay, naintindihan. So, ito po yung sabihin niyan. So, for a dilute solution containing a non-volatile solute, the partial vapor pressure is 0. What happens to this is pressure A plus 0, pressure equals pressure A equals MFA times pure vapor pressure A. Nawawala na yung B. Pero, sa mole fraction, nagkakatalo. So, pag nag-compute kayo, huwag nyo nang computein yung mole fraction ng B. Mole fraction ng A at total mole fraction na lang. So, ito ang formula ng vapor pressure lowering. Please take note that vapor pressure lowering is not a large number. It is simply the difference between the pure vapor pressure and the vapor pressure of your volatile liquid in solution. So kung gaano kadami ang ibinaba, yon ang vapor pressure lowering. Para makuha ang VP lowering, VP pure minus VP of your solvent in a mixture. So usually class, or lagi naman, mas mataas ang pure compared sa nagbaba. Okay? So sa Litten formula, VP lowering or delta, pwedeng ganito, delta P, delta VP equals VP pure minus VP of your solvent. Okay po? Solve. Hindi pala. Wag yan. Iba to. Ito. This is a sample problem for VP lowering. Okay. 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 Magsimula muna tayo sa vapor pressure lowering. Ang tinatanong is vapor pressure lowering, not new vapor pressure. So para makuha ang vapor pressure lowering, we're going to subtract VP pure and VP of our solvent in solution. Now, VP pure is already given. Kailangan lang natin is VPA. Ang ating VPA, mole fraction A, at saka VP pure. Ang kailangan nating makuha ay mole fraction A. So, punta tayo sa side na to, kukunin natin ang mole fraction A. Hatiin muna natin. Dito muna tayo. Ang ating A is water. Volatile kasi siya. So, 1,000 grams divided by 18 is 55.556. Pero, meron din tayong dextrose. Dextrose is 50 grams divided by 180. May contribution ang dextrose sa mole fraction. Kailangan pa rin yan sa MFA. So, ipag-add natin, we get the total moles of 55.83. Ngayon, kukunin natin ngayon ang MFA. MFA equals moles A, which is this one, and total moles, which is this one. Lalabas ngayon ang ating MFA, 0.9950. Itong 9950 na to, i-multiply na natin sa vapor pressure pure. So, balik tayo sa side na to. Vapor pressure pure times mole fraction A. Itong mole fraction A dito galing. So, 23.77 times 0.9950 is 23.651. Hindi kayo dito titigil. Kasi ito ay vapor pressure A. Ang tinatanong ko ay vapor pressure lowering. Para makuha ang vapor pressure lowering, VP pure minus VPA. Ang ating VP pure, 23.777. Ang ating VPA ay yung ating na-compute, 23.651. Ang sagot ay 0.119 millimeters mercury.
Sir, paano malalaman na yung vapor pressure na nasa given ay pure vapor pressure?
Lagi po, pag binigay po ang VP ng isang bagay, lagi siyang pure. Kasi ang VP ng isang bagay in solution ay laging iba. Kumbaga, depende sa hinalo mo, nag-iibang VP. Kaya reference natin is always pure. Okay? Any questions? Saan kayong part na hirapan? Sige.
Alam po sa Joy may hirap.
Yung?
Like kung ano po yung
Yung sabihin.
plug-in.
Okay. Sige, kasi yun yung una. Siguro yung sunod, mas madali. Kasi uulitin niya lang naman. One more. Okay, yun lang pala yung aking sample problem. Wait lang. Here's a new sample problem. Bagong gawa.
Ayan na. What is
Mali lahat. Papakita ko sa inyo kung saan ako mali kanina. 1.5 gallons.
tama na yan. 0.7.
Ang hassle. 1 liter is 1,000 ml times
Malapit na. Madala yan. Nag-render yung images. Parang ang ganda ng nagawa ko.
tingin. Gallons, gallons. Liters, liters. ML, ML. Grams, grams. Mo lang lalabas dito. 1.5 times 3.785 times 1,000 times 0.784 divided by 58. 76.744. So this is number of moles of acetone. Potassium iodide, ganun pa rin, 44 over 39 plus 127. 39 plus 127. 0.265. Okay. Pwede nyo namang sabihin magkaiba tayo para hindi na ako matapos na magsosolve. Moles. Napindot ko. Moles Ki. Total moles. So, pinatapos nyo muna ako bago. Ay, mali pala. Okay. Total moles is 76.744 plus 0.265. 76.74. 77.00. Uy! Clean number. So, MF acetone equals 76.744 over 77.009. 9965. MF AC is 0.9965. Okay, so VP A equals moles fraction A times VP pure. Mole fraction is 0.9965. Dito galing yon. Times VP pure 230. So VPA equals 229.208. Okay, yan ang VPA. VP lowering equals VP pure minus VPA. So 230 minus 229.28, 0.7916. Almost the same. Pwede na yan. Okay?
Okay lang, sir. 0.782.
Sir, 81.
Ha?
0.81.
81.
Kasi po nag-ano kami, sir, 2 decimal sa lahat.
Okay. Sige. Okay. Question. May tanong ako. Ako may tanong sa inyo. Bakit hindi ko na kinocompute ang mole fraction ng B? Hindi dahil zero, pero hindi zero ang mole fraction ng B, ha? Hindi zero ang mole fraction ng B. I-multiply yung mole fraction of B sa zero. So, wala ding point. Kaya hindi ko na kinocompute. Ini-skip ko na ang mole fraction B, A lang ang kinukuha ko. Pero para makuha ang A, kailangan ko pa rin yung total moles. Okay po? Okay. Sige. Let's move to the next colligative property. Okay. So, the next colligative property is in relation to boiling point. When we say boiling point, it is the temperature in which a liquid starts to boil. That is the standard definition. However, for physical chemistry, the definition for boiling point is slightly different. Boiling point of a liquid is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to or greater than the atmospheric temperature. Let's make it precise. Is equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay? Okay. Ganito. Okay. Imagine mo may tubig ka. Drawing time with Sir Aaron. As always, pangit. Parang si Sir. Okay. Meron tayong liquid. Okay. Meron tayong vapor pressure. Ang vapor pressure only applies to liquids ha, baka magulat kayo. Vapor pressure only applies to liquids. Itong vapor pressure na to varies with temperature. Kaya mapapansin nyo, yung VP pure kanina, laging may kadikit na temperature. Okay? So, saan ang gagaling ang VP? The vapor pressure actually comes from the movement of solute particles. What happens to the movement of solute particles when it is heated? Bumibilis. Pag bumibilis, kumukulit. Pag kumukulit, mas lalong nalabas. Okay? So, ito yung relationship. As temperature goes up, VP also goes up. Parang sa ideal gas. As temperature goes up, pressure also goes up. Kaya nataas ang pressure kasi lumilikot yung particles, bumibilis ang galaw, tumataas ang pressure. In our case, it is vapor pressure. Maliwanag so far? Okay. Ngayon, ang ating liquid, wala yan sa vacuum. So there is atmospheric pressure pushing down. So, kahit sa part ng mundo, basta wala kayo sa vacuum, meron tayong tinatawag na atmospheric pressure. That is 1 atm or 1 atmosphere or 760 millimeters mercury. Yan yung standard at sea level. Tayo Batangas, medyo malapit naman tayo sa dagat. Okay? Yan. Ngayon, pag ininit mo ang isang liquid, tataas ang vapor pressure. Okay? Kapag equal na ang vapor pressure ng inyong liquid at ang atmospheric pressure, tatakas na freely ang liquid. Kaya napapansin natin kumukulo. Kasi tumatakas na yung liquid from the liquid state, it overcomes atmospheric pressure, it freely moves towards the gaseous state. Yun yung pagkulo. Okay? Now, to be very specific, any point above the boiling point is already boiling. Okay? Ang boiling point ay isang temperature lang. It is the point kapag equal na siya sa atmospheric pressure. For water, what is the boiling point? 100 at sea level. Pero pag tumataas kayo in elevation, take for example, Baguio, Mount Everest, kung makakarating kayo doon, mas mababa ang atmospheric pressure. Kaya mas mababa din yung boiling point kasi mas mahina yung tumutulak pababa. Okay? Klaro po? Okay, yun ang boiling point. Hindi yun ang colligative property. In-explain ko lang kung ano yung boiling point. Ngayon, we have our boiling point elevation. So for boiling point elevation, in a nutshell, what happens is, kapag meron kang volatile liquid, hinaluan mo ng non-volatile substance, tumataas ang boiling point. So pag pinag-compare nyo, dalawang baso, yung isa may asin, yung isa wala, mas unang kukulo ang wala. Mas matagal kumulo ang may asin. Kaya mapapansin nyo, pag talagang concentrated ang inyong nilaga, for some reason, ang tagal niyang kumulo. Dahil maraming suspended na solute particles. The solute particles disrupt the boiling process by requiring more heat so that the liquid starts to boil. Okay? So, yun lang yun. Ulit, pag naglagay ka ng solute sa solvent, tumataas ang boiling point. Okay. So, the formula for boiling point elevation, delta T equals kBm. Kb is your ebullioscopic constant or your molal boiling point constant. It is obtained experimentally. It is found in reference tables. Simple lang yan. Tatatlong values yan. Delta T, Kb, at molality. Please take note that this is molality. Molality. Kilogram solvent. So you need to take into consideration the mass of our solvent. Kung gusto nyo makita kung paano makuha ang ebullioscopic constant, di basahin nyo yung physical pharmacy na libro. Mahirap explain kasi may mga thermal graphs pa yon. Hindi man ako engineer. Okay? So the ebullioscopic constant is numerically equal to increase in the boiling point of the solvent, producing ideal solutions by dissolving 1 mole of solute in 1,000 grams of solvent. Yun yung definition ng ebullioscopic constant. Okay? Madali lang ang formula. Anong formula ng delta T?
KBM.
KBM. Ano lang? KBM. Okay.
Laging given yun, sir.
So these are some examples of our KBs. Galing Wikipedia. From 6 years. Hindi, 9 years ago. Ganun nakatanda yung lecture. Ganun nakatanda ako nagtuturo eh. Okay, so yan ang ating KB. Please take note of the unit ha. Centigrade, kilogram per mole. Celsius, kilogram per mole. Celsius, C, kg over ml, over mole. So, ang itsura niya ganito. Okay. Ngayon, pag minultiply nyo yan sa anong katabi ng KB? M. Anong unit ng M? Magkakancel ang mole, magkakancel ang kilogram. Kaya siya C.
Giving.
Okay? Okay po. Okay. Before we move to the sample problem, please take note that KBM is a formula for boiling point elevation. It's not the new boiling point. Okay? Ulit. This is delta T. This is KBM. This is boiling point elevation. Meaning, ito yung number of degrees ng itataas ng ating liquid para kumulo. So, para makuha ang new BP, you have the old BP or the BP pure plus your delta T or your boiling point elevation. Ito, para madaling tandaan. Boiling point elevation. So, ano dapat ang number na lalabas? Mas mataas. Hindi bababa. Ang nababa ay vapor pressure. Ang nataas, boiling point. Okay? Kopya. Tinad ko ng negative 6. Bakit ba ako nagtuturo? Bakit ba ako nag-pharma in the first place?
Wait, sir.
Okay na. Same question. Wala ka na magagawa. Second year ka na eh. Magawa mo. Yung ano nga dati, yung aming kainuman na graduate na rin. Pagka-graduate ng Diploma in Pharmacy Assisting, mag-shift. Anong gustong course? Multimedia Arts. Ay sige, lipat. Hanap. Walang malipatan. Kasi yung panahon na yun, nagta-transition ng K-12. So, walang bukas na program. Napilitan siyang tapusin ng Pharma. Anong trabaho niya ngayon? Graphic designer din. Pero lisensyadong pharmacist. Napilitan.
With pharmacist license. Wow. Dine-design mo. Sir, nagbabalak na din ako.
Ay, bilis-bilisan mo ang pagbabalak mo. Lipat! MMA. Nice. So, solve ko na. Solve ko na. Delta T equals KB m. Alam natin ang kb, di ba? 0.52 Celsius kilogram per mole. Hindi lang natin alam ay molality times m. Okay, so molality equals moles solute over kilogram solvent. So mole solute, we have 150 grams of citric acid over 192.124 grams per mole. So ilang moles yon? 150 divided 192.124, 0.780. Okay, moles citric acid. So lagay na natin yon, 0.780 moles. Ay ang ating kilogram solvent? 3. Kasi yan ay 3 liters times 1 gram per ml yan eh. So 1 kg per 1 liter. So 3 lang yon. So 0.52 kg per mole times 0.780 moles over 3 kg. Cancel ang kg, cancel ang moles. 0.52 times ans divide 3, 0.14. 135. Okay. Hindi pa yan ang final answer, ha? Boiling point. Anong boiling point ng tubig? 100. So, 100 plus 0.1353, 100.1353. Yan ang ating new boiling point. Okay?
Pagkatas makuha sa
Okay.
chain, pwede mo diretso sa pagkuha ng boiling.
Okay, last question. For this PowerPoint, yung sunod na PowerPoint, maikli lang, dalawang colligative properties yun. Yung freezing point depression, ganyan na ganyan din ang formula. KFM naman, hindi na KBM.
14,000 yung ano.
Wait lang. Titingnan. Gallon. Ito, times mole. Glucose ay 180. Okay. Paano sinagutan? Una, sulat ko muna ang formula ng delta T. Change in temperature equals kBm. So, alam natin yung change in temperature, which is 2 centigrade. kBm, alam natin. Inassign ko muna class ng X ay molality ay X. Okay? So, pag kinompute ito, ililipat mo yan sa kabilang side, magiging 3.846 mole per kilogram. Ililipat yan, ha? Ito, pupunta doon. Okay? So, parang 2 divided by 0.52, 3.846 moles per kilogram. Ngayon, we have 0.3846 moles per kilogram. Pag minultiply natin sa kilogram solvent, which is 1 gallon, that's equivalent to 3.875 liters and 3.785 kilograms if we assume density is 1. So pareho lang yon. Magka-cancel out naman yan. Kilograms, kilograms. Ang lalabas, 14.5576 moles. Ang molar weight ng dextrose is 180 per mole. That is 2,620.38 grams of glucose. Labis kayo ng 1K, 3,000 ang inyo?
Yes, sir.
Saan ang galing? 3,000 yan. 262.
0.3
Sa?
0.3.
Dito? Saan? Dito. Bakit 0? 3 ka.
Namali lang po.
Mali lang. Bakit? Anyway.
Bakit? Saan ang kamali?
Okay. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the next colligative property. Okay. The next colligative property is yan na. Okay. 16 slides lang yan. Okay. The next colligative property is the opposite of boiling point. Freezing point. So freezing point is the temperature in which a liquid becomes a solid at normal atmospheric pressure. Alternatively, melting point is temperature in which a solid turns to a liquid. So melting point and freezing point are usually the same temperature. It is also defined as the temperature in which solid and liquid phases exist in equilibrium. And the last definition is freezing point is the temperature in which a substance melts or freezes at 1 atmosphere. The colligative property associated with freezing point is freezing point depression, FDEP ang tawag. So the normal freezing point or melting point of a pure compound is when the solid and liquid phases are in equilibrium. So therefore, it moves from one phase to another. Pwedeng solid to liquid or liquid to gas. Kapag naghalo ka ngayon ng solute sa liquid, it interferes with the crystallization process, requiring more heat to be removed from the solution to freeze the solution. Okay? So, ganito. Pag boiling point, pag hinaluan mo ng solute, tumataas ang boiling point. Kaya boiling point, elevation. Kapag freezing point, pag nilagyan mo ng solute, bababa ang freezing point. Mas magne-negative ang freezing point. Bakit siya nagne-negative? It's because may hinalo ka, ginugulo yung pag-form ng crystals, requiring more heat to be removed to freeze the solution. Kaya mapapansin nyo, pag nagpapayelo kayo ng yelo at saka ng ice candy, mas mabilis magyelo ang tubig lang compared sa ice candy na may halong solute. Okay? Banggitin ko lang ang triple point phenomenon para lang aware kayo. So the triple point phenomenon is a point, a specific temperature, and a specific pressure in which all three phases of solution of the substance coexist at once. So it's a solid, liquid, and gas all at the same time. Pag inoobserbahan, parang magiging gas, mag-free freeze, then magli-liquefy, kukulo, magiging gas, gano'n. Panoorin nyo na lang sa YouTube, but it's a very rare phenomenon usually occurring in vacuums. Ito ang ating freezing point depression. Kapareho niya ang boiling point elevation. KFM lang ang pinagkaiba. KBM, KFM. Please take note, they use different constants. So this is an example of cryoscopic and ebullioscopic constants. So we have acetic acid, KB, KF. Magkaiba yun, ha? Magkaiba yun. So when presented with a table like this one, make sure that you select the proper constant. Otherwise, baka magkamali kayo. Okay po? Okay na. Sample problem. KFM. Please take note, similar to KBM, This is change in freezing point. Okay, para hindi tayo malito, isulat na rin natin ang formula ng new freezing point. Okay, ima-minus natin ang freezing point. Sa freezing point. So, ang temperature, bababa. Ha? Bababa. Bababa ba? Bababa. Try. Okay. Change in temperature equals KFM. KF is 1.86 centigrade kilogram per mole times molality 3.42 grams of sucrose over 342. This is molecular weight, this is gram per mole. All over 500 grams of water, that is 0.5 kg. Kakancel yan, kakancel yan. So, ang ating TF equals 1.86 times 3.42 divided by 342 and 0.5. 0.0372 degrees Celsius. Ngayon, new FP equals old FP plus change in delta T. Or change in delta T. Change in temperature. So, 100, sorry. 0, 0, 0, 0. So, 0 degrees Celsius minus 0.0372 degrees Celsius. Nalindol ba?
Magchat-chat na si Andy Orams.
Sure.
Walang pasok.
Walang pasok.
Okay, so this is the new freezing point. I heard you. I don't care. New freezing point is negative 0.0372. Hindi ko ramdam eh.
Wala, sir. Sa table, sir. Opo ka, sir. Wala na, sir.
Wala na. Okay.
Walang part.
Okay. Ito, solve nyo na lang at your own leisure. Ibibigay ko rin naman sa inyo yung may solution. Okay? Let's move on to osmotic pressure. So we all know what osmotic pressure is. Osmotic pressure is, osmosis is the movement of solvent across a semi-permeable membrane. So it is the process to equalize the escaping tendency of the solvent on both parts of the membrane. The escaping tendency of the solvent can be measured by vapor pressure or osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure can be found along semi-permeable membranes. Okay? So, explain ko na lang simply. There was observations that vapor pressure and osmotic pressure behaves the same. Hence, the formula for gases can also be applied to the formula of osmotic pressure. Okay? Yun lang naman po yan. Okay. So the addition of a non-volatile solute to the solvent forms a solution in which the vapor pressure is reduced. If pure solvent is placed adjacent to that solution but separated by a semi-permeable membrane, solvent molecules will try to equalize the other part of the liquid.
Gulat ko ako.
Akala ko. Okay, so tingin. So sa YouTube, meron kayong semi-permeable membrane. Kapag naglagay kayo ng solute sa isang side ng YouTube, anong shape? U. Ano siya? Tube. Okay. So ito ay isang tubo na letter U. Merong semi-permeable membrane sa gitna. Pag naglagay ka ng solute sa isang side, what happens is yung solvent from the other side will try to equalize the more concentrated side. That is osmosis. Ang sinusukat natin ay yung pressure of the movement of water. That is osmotic pressure. Okay? Yan yung osmotic pressure. Ang formula ng osmotic pressure is same with the ideal gas law. Pressure volume equals nRT, in which N is the number of moles, R is the gas constant at 0.08, 2 liters atmosphere over mole Kelvin, and T is the temperature in Kelvin. Please take note, the temperature here is in Kelvin. Okay? Understand? Understand? Understand. I like that song. Ngayon, pag sinulat ko ang PBNRT, okay, hindi ko makita. Ito, pressure is ATM, volume is liters, then N is number of moles, R is gas constant, 0.082 liter atmosphere mole Kelvin. Then, tayo ay may temperature. Okay? So, magkakansel ako dyan. Pag kung ang gusto natin ay pressure lang, ililipat ko na lang yan sa isang side. Atmosphere equals moles, bago gas constant, liter atmosphere moles Kelvin, Kelvin, at saka liters. Saan nanggaling yung liters? Dito. Nakita? Ginanon lang. Ayaw nyo ata nung walang action. Ginanon lang. Okay? Ngayon, tingin kayo sa part na to. Moles. Liters. Moles over liter is molarity. So you can have a new formula, P equals CRT, in which C is concentration in molarity. Kailangan sa ulo ninyo, ang gas constant ha, 0.082 liter atmosphere over mole Kelvin. That is the gas constant. Paano i-convert ang Celsius sa Kelvin? Magsusubtract kayo ng, mag-a-add kayo ng 273.15. 273.15 para Celsius to Kelvin.
273.
Add. C. Kambawa. Okay. X. P equals nRT over V. P equals moles. Saan ang galing ang moles? 1 gram. Molecular weight, 342. Ito, constant. Hindi nagbabago yan. Ito, a-add nyo lang ng 273. Anong ating volume? 100 ml, 0.1 liter. 0.71. Okay, wala namang isang move lang yan. Okay. Bumapalakpak. Okay? Okay, so the PowerPoints will be sent to you. Try to solve the remaining sample problems. Magpapadala din ako ng additional sample problems with their appropriate solutions. Okay? Hindi naman kayo manghuhula.